Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration, and I'm joined by the lovely Kevin Hall. We're in Norfolk, and this is another in our little mini-series of our trips to Norfolk.
It is indeed, yeah.
We thought today we would go and have a look at the local church to where we're staying at Stokesby. It happens to be St Andrew's of Stokesby.
It is indeed, yeah.
So let's go in. The first thing we can say about this church is it's a thatched church.
Never seen a thatched church before?
I have seen them, but not for a long time. It may have been the last time I was in Norfolk, actually.
Oh, right.
Just come up over here. It's quite an interesting church. It says inside it's about 1300 AD, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, very old.
So you've got this long nave, and then there's the tower, which would have been a later addition with a brick castellations on the top, which is interesting. But what I love is all that amazing brickwork. Let's go and have a look at the brickwork, because it is incredible colours.
It is, and it's a mixture of flint and brick and stone. Yeah, it's very interesting.
And it's quite bright and vibrant, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's lovely. I think clearly they've had some problems along the top in the past.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is incredible.
Lovely old door frames here, medieval door frames. Look at this. Some sort of sandstone that is just deteriorating slowly. But I didn't think that there was that much flint in Norfolk. But then I do remember that Grimes Graves, the old flint mines, the Neolithic flint mines, are not actually far away from us. And so the Neolithics used to dig, they're bigger than the ones at Sisbury Ring.
Oh, right, okay.
So there must be lots of flint around here.
Yeah.
And I suppose we're relatively near Great Yarmouth and the coast. So
yeah, we are, very close.
Lots of interesting graves and different names. You were looking at the names earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, it seems that there's obviously families that have got plots and cover quite an area. But especially around the back of the church, which we'll come to shortly. But yeah, some very interesting ones there. But I can't remember the names off the top of my head. But
lots of interesting families, lots of graves. Look at these. I mean, here more of this colourful brickwork. I was interested to see if there was any tiles that might suggest local Roman occupation that they were used, but if it's 1300, then that's well past the Romans.
Absolutely. But when you look at some of these flints, they're absolutely razor sharp. Look at this one here that they've put a little bit in there.
Oh yeah,
it's just absolutely sharp, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a name for those infills, and I always forget that. Someone will tell me. But it's interesting. You've got line of brick, then you've got flint, line of brick, then you've got flint going up in this part, which must be, I would think, the oldest part, the nave part of the church. Let's go round to the west end.
So you've got the buttresses. You've got two buttresses on the side of this church, on this side of the church, and then I think the same around the other side. But they're made up again of stone and flint and brick.
I actually learnt the other day that the buttresses came in relatively late, and that's how you can date certain churches.
Oh, right, okay.
Which then tells me that that is about right, 1300, that it isn't any earlier. Then you've got the tower here, and this is a later addition, and there's a change in the masonry. It's more rubble and flint, but not necessarily napped flint, and as well, you know, that looks like a hasty...
It does, doesn't it? Yeah,
a hasty erection, if I'm allowed to say that. Yes. But they've got these... oh, look, here's a benchmark down here. A benchmark that was used for surveying. That would have been a later thing. And then you've got the coins on the side, which you would need to hold all that rubble together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Come round this side here, we've got the yew trees, and then all these wonderful graves. And now this is something I like. You're not keen on this. I love that overgrown feel to the graves. It sort of seems to be that they are in rest and they've had a long time.
I think it's interesting here though, Richard, because you've got this unkept section of the graveyard, but just away to our left hand side it is well manicured.
Yes.
And that's a newer graves. But this is the bit I was on about just now with the Blands, the Bland family, which is several headstones just to the side of where the yew trees are.
Yes.
We've got 1887 there.
So these are sort of in the Victorian period.
Yeah.
It's interesting because inside we have had a quick shufty, and inside we have seen tombstones dating back to 1636.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
And they are, you know, that's right at the beginning, I think, of when tombstones or headstones were beginning to be laid at the end of the 16th century.
But this section just here, this was the one that amazed me. The family, the surname of the Fosdicks, and there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 headstones for the one family.
Let's just have a quick look on the exterior of the great east window, which we have to walk through a whole load of brambles and what looks like a bit of a dump, and there it is, buried by the branches of a oak tree behind us there. Interestingly, and you noted this, even though there's a lot of Victorian stuff inside, no stained glass.
Not one, no. All leaded lights, all leaded light windows, but not one stained glass window.
Shall we go in and have a look on the inside?
I hope you're enjoying this video. Why not help me make more and become a patron? A small donation really makes all the difference and keeps me out and about producing these magnificent presentations. So go to baldexplorer.com and become a patron today.
So we'll go in the porch here, which is obviously a later addition, and then look at this amazing door. Look at that, that's a handle. The ironwork on that handle is just superb, isn't it? Would you mind opening the...
I will, if I can push it over.
Yeah.
It is very heavy.
You need all your strength there, Kevin.
What little I've got.
And then in we go. Straight up to the font, which is a fairly modern looking font. And it's a long, narrow church, isn't it?
It is.
Very high. And we said it was thatched, didn't we?
We did, indeed, yes.
And when you look up, you can see the thatch, and it's beautifully laid down. God knows how long ago, obviously relatively new, I'd imagine in the last 50, 60 years or something. And that's a task that must be replenished quite frequently, I suppose.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? But it's a huge...
huge undertaking.
Yeah, it's such a big roof.
Big expanse. And then on the inside of the church, it's very Victorian, I think, or Georgian maybe, with these ornate pews, and you've got the pulpit over there, and then we come down towards the altar. Mind this, there's a grill underneath our feet, under this carpet. We had a quick shufty earlier, so I suspect being out here in the middle of nowhere, probably got very cold.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
And so they've bunged in some underfloor heating, I think. And then we carry on down here, and you've got obviously the lovely nave, the chancel window, the big east window. Very light. I do like that about this church. Very light. And more graves here. Did we determine these are 1700s, 1733, at age 49 years. Very ornate, very important people, presumably.
Yeah, with the unpronounceable surname. There is one stained glass
There
window.
is. Yeah, no, you're quite right. And that's a very modern one. It's very sort of William Morris looking, this one. Next to the pulpit here is this rather lovely, ornate but old-fashioned organ. Look at this. This is lovely. Oops. I think there's a modern organ fitted into it, but I love the casing. Very plain, but very big.
Huge,
massive, great big slabs on the floor. Can you read that one out, Kevin?
Here lieth interned ye body of Charles Clear of Stokesby, Esquire, who died ye 2nd day of November, Anno Domini 1636, and Elizabeth his wife. No dates.
Unfilled in, isn't it?
Unfilled in, so we're assuming she's still wandering about.
Yeah, she's still going. She must be about 500 years old. But, you know, any day now.
Yes.
And then there's another one that's engraved on the actual thing that dates from 1666, the year of the Great Fire of London.
Yeah.
So it is amazing to look at those. Well, we've run out of time again, Kevin.
Yeah, it goes so quick, doesn't it?
Let's just come over here into the light. I did want to get and have a look at some of the Norfolk churches because they are different. I mean, that thatched part is different, and I know there are some others with round towers made out of flint and rubble, so we may see some of those. But for now, it's been good, hasn't it?
It has, very enjoyable, yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, become a patron, support what we do, and we're going to go and have a cup of tea now, coffee.
Yeah, very nice, yeah.
And work out where we're going to go this afternoon and make another video.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Till next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.